Oh, yeah.
Here's Ferguson. There's the pass to Gilgis on the 10. No good on the shot. Surplus. He just took the other. Pressure move in against Horford. And sometimes it's hard to get things in motion.
Yeah.
They
Underscore.
get their guys. Good look. There's probably a good feeling in that last game that mid-range worked, long-range
I'm wrong
worked,
for the same
the
thing.
inside game worked. And the best feeling was knowing that building happened. Got it good. Witness Alexander. Fantastic concentration. And he's going to win the ball for Los
This is
Angeles.
drunk, bro.
Leading by 5. Horton Tucker, the pass to Rondo. Chris
All
Paul
right.
outside. Pass to Tucker. Just 5 to shoot. Wants to get a try to go ball and does. And that's going to hit you in his hips. What's the whistle on the travel?
Okay. All right.
Who's making a change here? We're trailing by 5. Here's Ferguson. Stop here for the Lakers. Los Angeles, they have knocked down 8 of 9 free throw attempts. And you'd say those numbers rate pretty well. And they shot their free throws at a measly 73% clip over the course of last season. And they have yet to miss a shot from the line here. Thunder have gone 2 of 6 from the field in the second quarter so far. LeBron and Davis, incredible forward pair. Cook out there, Mr. Perfect. And it's Bryant again at the 5 holding the paint. That's who's in the game for the Lakers. And Schroeder did not even have to think twice about that shot. This young man
Number
simply
1.
devours these chances inside. Cook, the pass to Mr. Perfect.
That's me.
Oh, boy, a little contact there. He's the ball. He will shoot 2. And one down.
You mean what number am I?
Schedule.
What
On
team I am?
Tuesday,
I'm the
they'll be
Lakers.
taking on Jonas
That's me right
Valanciunas
there.
and the Memphis Grizzlies. Then on Thursday, they'll be taking on Clint Capella and the Houston Rockets. That free throw good from replay angles are interesting. Brad instant feedback on social media talking about the increased pressure now on referees to get every call right. So many times, Kevin, on nights where you're working games, you sit there for a minute and nothing happens.
Yeah, that's me that just shut the ball.
And still sometimes hard to get right. What I think the league should think about doing with the competition committee is every team in the league should have 3 or 4 cameras mounted so that every time there's a replay at any given arena, they have access to the same angle for every game. Every game. Where are most of the times these calls being missed? Where are these calls getting wrong? And how is it that we can implement some technology to help us not only get it right,
Oh, man. God damn.
fair and balanced, but ensure that referees have an opportunity to score and select. We're trailing by 11. Ferguson, the pass to Gafford. Schroeder surveying the floor. No good there, and that'll bring it up to single digits. And the edge on the glass is the difference. It's allowed them to build nicely. And the pressure he put on that shot forced the miscue. Those are all the little things about effort there. He just gets out there and contests, and that's just enough. And he's too good a finisher to blow that kind of chance. That's going to be a wake-up call to the defense. Here is Cook. He's got 5 of 6 from 20.
Oh, shit.
Davis. The shot no good. Some solid defense from Grant. Over against LeBron. It's tipped. In the corner, Cook with it. His Thanks, LeBron. Back to you, Kevin.
All right, team, thank you. And time now for the halftime break with the third quarter soon to follow. Right here
We got
on
42.
2K Sports.
42 points.
Hey, all eyes on me. All right, nice work out there. Like the attention to detail, hustle, like a sense of urgency y'all are playing with right now. I want y'all to put a body on someone constantly. Right? Anytime that ball is up for grabs, put a body. Right? Make them feel you. I want these guys to be sick and tired of you by the end of this game. Right? So get physical, push them around. That's how we put it away. All right, bring it in. Win on three. 1, 2, 3. Win.
All right, here we go.
And with the second half upon us, we'll find out if this game becomes the rout that it's threatening to be. Yeah. Here's Caruso.
We won. We won. Hello. Hello. All right, let's.
I'm the 2KMC, and it's time for Winter Madness in the neighborhood. That's right, it's back. Drop into mycareer, reach the NBA, and hit up these 2K Compete events all week long. Each event adds a new way to compete in the neighborhood, so jump in and win. Because we're also bringing back the 2K TV Winter Madness MVPs. Hit the top tier in the most events on your platform, and we'll hook you up with 250,000 VC. Remember, 2K Compete events also give double rep. And in NBA 2K20, if you rep up and hit Legend, you'll show up right here with these legends.
Oh yeah.
Congratulations.
I'm playing for
Those
2K.
outfits are sick. Winter Madness is also hitting
2K20.
swags in the neighborhood. All year we've been dropping designer clothing, and as we count down to 2020, you're getting...
And the player introductions are wrapped up. The starting fives for both teams. And we're just about ready to get this one started.
Yeah, I think so.
We're bringing you the Los Angeles.
Yeah, I've been playing it on lately. I played it yesterday.
You don't know the money.
Hello, everyone. Proud to bring you Wednesday Night Cup and a chance to see how teams are faring across the league. Here's the latest edition of the Power Rankings. We'll take a look at the Cavaliers. They're moving on up, 4th spot in the rankings this time around.
And
I don't got enough. I don't even play the joint like that.
Right now, it doesn't matter who they're playing.
Oh yeah.
Players face early on in a new season.
Yeah, I've been playing like.
Yeah, you know, timing is usually not quite 100%.
I'm
Chemistry continues to
now.
be something you're trying to work out.
Oh, crap.
Usually you're pretty healthy in the early part of the season, but as the season goes on now, you've got familiarity and comfort with each other, but sometimes the injuries pile up.
And Clark establishing those routines you'll use throughout the regular year, correct?
That's important because it is a long season, as you well know.
Here's Mr. Perfect, and he sinks that one in the back of the rim on the way in.
And hitting the mid-range jumper here early gives the defense just another thing to think about.
Oh, yeah, I'm
They
broadcasting.
better be thinking about him. I mean, we know how dangerous he is.
Harris's shot is good.
You know, guys, Harris has proven to be more than just a shooter. Harris also comfortable finishing over aggressive defense.
Yeah, my career.
Now the pass to Guerrero. Hits it from three-point range.
And he likes to get in a rhythm early.
We winning right now.
I'm gonna check that out.
Rozier looking around. Outside Anthony. It's hauled in by Los Angeles. They want to keep rolling here following the win against the Thunder.
And after that game, it was impressive to look at the box score and see the work they did at the free throw line.
And not only what they did in making them, but what they did to get to the line. I mean, they were constantly in attack mode, driving the lane and drawing fouls.
It's 9 seconds separating the shot clock and game clock. Here's Rozier. Good for the basket. Starting off 1 for 1 with that shot.
He knew what he wanted to do all along. The teardrop.
Mr. Perfect, the pass to Guerrero. It's Bradley on the wing. Over Washington. They get it back. And Kuzma stays with it.
Active hands and really good energy pursuing the pumpkin there. Great hustle by Kuzma. Rozier with the ball. And so it's the Los Angeles Lakers heading to the bench with a 7-point lead as we wrap up the quarter. Their lead is where it is because they've gotten good shots. A lot of good shots. We come back right after this. Players who pick up a controller and fire up NBA 2K, thank goodness, including the king himself, LeBron James.
I play 2K all the time. Seriously, when I'm playing the game, I'm putting certain lineups on the court that I see could actually help us in real life, which is very weird.
Always experimenting, always keeping his mind engaged, Greg, with basketball.
And that's who Bron is. He lives, breathes, and eats basketball.
And for those of you just tuning in, the second quarter of action is where we're at right now. What do you guys think so far about the offensive approach for the Lakers?
They've definitely had a hot hand from three-point range. Always nice to get off to a good start.
The other thing they've had going for them tonight is working hard on the offensive glass. They've had a number of putbacks.
Kyle Kuzma is out there with Antetokounmpo. Then it's Mr. Perfect. That's Rajon Rondo. And it's Guerrero in at the small forward position. That's who's in the game for the Lakers. Hornets trail by 7. Rozier, the pass to Carmelo. And no good that time. And the Lakers going the other way now.
A slight advantage for them in the rebound department, but that oftentimes is all it takes.
Especially, Greg, when you're scoring the ball at a decent clip the way they have. I mean, they've done exactly what's necessary to take the lead.
Man.
Lakers shooting their first free throws. First trip to the line in this one.
And they shot their free throws at a measly 73% clip over the course of last season.
That free throw good from Mr. Perfect. And the Lakers making a change here. James
number
is checked
one,
in.
man. Level 1. See my jersey. Here we go.
And that one goes in. 2 from the line that time. And we're about a minute into the second quarter of play. And so Graham will bring it up for Charlotte. They trail by 9 points. And this matchup with the Lakers, it's their first meeting of the season.
And with this matchup being an East versus West affair, it'll be the first of only 2 meetings between the teams.
And, you know, there's always a bit of a feeling out process in that first game between opponents. A lot different than when you've played a team you're familiar with.
Winning, yo.
And every now and then, Rondo will surprise you with the occasional triple, showing it off there with range.
Shot to stop the run. Antetokounmpo pulls it in.
Oh, you've got to be able to deliver when you get a bunny like that. That's just too easy of a shot to miss.
And here is Monk. A 32-point game for him in the win against the Kings in Sacramento.
And a gigantic game for him at the free throw line. He was an instigator, drawing a ton of contact and really just hunting for the whistle.
That one's in there. The Lakers' lead is cut down now to just 10 on the basket from Cody Zeller. LA has gone 4 of 8 tonight from three-point land, shooting 50% on the 3-ball here. Here's Mr. Perfect. 8 points his last outing. Pass to Kuzma. And it's off from three-point range. Hornets trail by 10.
Cody Zeller, his level of activity is really contagious. I mean, that's what I love about his game. Excellent hustler on both ends of the floor. And he does a lot of good work just by staying active.
5 on the clock. To the paint. Here's Graham. It's hauled in by Los Angeles. And here we go. Fast break. Kuzma's got it. And Kuzma slams it in.
Boy, fun watching Kuzma find a way to get out in the open court. The young legs on display there.
About 3 minutes played so far in the second quarter. And with Zeller and his activity, you see it on the glass as well.
Yeah, you look at Zeller, and he's a guy who really doesn't do anything great, guys, but he does everything really well. And to have a big guy like that is really valuable.
Rondo with the ball. Now guarded by Monk. Rondo's shot is good.
And how about the concentration there by Rondo? Always got the antenna up when he's near the basket.
They've been looking out of sync offensively.
Yeah, their offense has ground to a standstill.
Graham surveying the floor. Shot clock at 6. Pass to Zeller. The fader. The shot misses. Here's Los Angeles now. Big run right now going for him, 11-2. Passes it to Mr. Perfect. Nice passing here by Los Angeles. Outside Rondo. The Lakers need to get a shot off here. Mr. Perfect. No good off the back of the rim.
Boy, he's got to be disappointed in the result there. I mean, the defender really didn't make any impact at all.
And the pass to Bridges. Now Graham. He had an 18-point outing in the last game against the Kings in Sacramento.
And then there was his passing. When he wasn't scoring on his own, he was making plays for his teammates. And they just couldn't figure out how to defend him.
Count it.
Oh, great ball movement there.
There's 21 seconds left in the first half of basketball. Now, here's Monk. There's the triple. And no luck with that time on the buzzer beater. And so it's Los Angeles with a sizable lead as the quarter wrap. And as we dive into the second half, we'll find out if the next 2 quarters are any different from the first 2. So far, I'm in the bed.
Oh, so we won.
They foul intentionally. That's what they have to do at this point.
You know what? Smart foul. You got to try and extend the game.
Sure. It's not over. The clock is as much a problem for them as the score is right now, so they've got to try to manage it.
At the line, number 2. Good on the first, and that will put them up by 2. And he is unable to get the second one. And so it's the Lakers who come out on top here. What a show they put on here at home tonight.
I mean, these are those games that feel so great to win, and really, it's like a knife in the gut to lose. You gotta love being on edge of your seat and just wondering what's gonna happen, how.
And that's gonna do it tonight, folks, for our broadcast. For David Aldridge, Greg Anthony, and Clark Keller, this is Kevin Harlan saying thanks for being with us. And we'll see you next time.
This is Hank and the Hornet on 98.9 The Flex, the official home of your Los Angeles Lakers.
I'm gonna get green machine. Play for my team, guys. Yeah, I got the tank.
In a special 3-part series, gameplay producer Scott O'Gallagher is back to give you guys winning tips. He's a former pro, he's a champion, and he's a Hall of Famer.
And I think he is one of the best basketball minds that we have behind the scenes here at NBA 2K, but most importantly, he's a fellow Lakers fan.
Oh, this guy. Scott's gonna teach you about basketball concepts that you can use on the sticks and on the real court, so pay attention. Scott, teach him.
Hold on, one.
2K Sports brings you to the following presentation of the NBA. It's the 2K Sports pregame show.
Tonight, it'll be the Portland Trail Blazers up against the Los Angeles Lakers.
Oh, so neat, thank you.
The bronze likeness of Lakers great Magic Johnson that can be found just outside the front door of our location today, the Staples Center. Hello, basketball fans. You've got it on 2K Sports as we get set to bring you an exciting NBA basketball game. Here we are in November. Let's see how things are shaking out in the West early in the season. You take a look at Los Angeles. They hold the first place spot in the conference just right where they want to be. They've got momentum. And, of course, Portland down 5 spots from them.
And for the Trailblazers, they were a team that no one knew quite.
And the Lakers with some changes. Kyle Kuzma's checked in for O'Brien. Bradley comes in for LeBron. And it's Mr. Perfect in for Cook. And Portland with a change here, too.
Hurdle's checked in. Most teams now look to run early and often, Chris. And there are some keys to finding success, aren't there, in the transition game?
Yeah, and the first key is you run fast and you speed up the pace, but that doesn't mean you hurry and take a hurried shot. Pacing and speed is all about getting it past half court to see if the defense is set, and if they're not, to take advantage. But it's a two-step process. And for teams to just run all crazy or willy-nilly like my grandfather used to say, well, you're not going to do anything but play fast and bad.
And Damian Lillard with the jam.
Well, Lillard has some ridiculous handles. His ball control simply sublime.
Mr. Perfect, the pass to Davis. Some nice passing here by Los Angeles. To the inside. There's Kuzma. And Pirtle sends it back. At the elbow, it's Little. And it's Little finishing it off.
Yeah, Kevin, great court awareness from the crafty guard McCollum. I mean, a good teammate who likes hitting his open guys.
Mr. Perfect, the pass to Kuzma. It's tipped and stolen by Lillard. Their offense has been great here.
Yeah, the ball movement has been terrific, and they've kept the defense off balance.
The pass to Nurkic. Rebound the Lakers.
And they've come out with a take-no-prisoners approach on the glass here tonight, guys.
Outside Bradley. And the officials calling for a 3-second violation. A different look now for Portland. Williamson is checked in for Yusuf Nurkic. And Fernie Simons comes in for C.J. McCollum. And Ricky Rubio subbed in for Damian Lillard. Now 8 seconds separating the two clocks. Now here's Williamson. Guarded by Kuzma. And it's Williamson missing. Lakers trail by 6. Trying to end the drought. Guerrero, the pass to Mr. Perfect. From deep. Here's Davis. And so it's Damian Lillard making things happen for the Portland Trailblazers. The leadership mantle, something that Damian Lillard welcomed.
A lot of responsibility when things go.
Right on the money as always. Lillard has excelled in that leadership role.
Yeah, I mean, he plays with so much confidence and composure, but also it's the way he includes his teammates and gets to know them as individuals that makes him a franchise player.
And if you're just joining us, we've played through 1 quarter in this one. And taking a look at the Trailblazers' performance here, boys, what do you think they're doing or not doing?
Well, in that first quarter, they were intent on just pounding the ball down low.
You have a favorable matchup inside. Just keep pounding it in there.
On the floor for Portland, we've got Little. He's out there with Williamson. Jakob Poeltl out there with Ricky Rubio. And it's Simons in at the 2 guard. And Portland making a change here. Chandler's checked in.
He's so aggressive at that end of the floor, and that's a quality all great scorers have.
Rondo passes to Mr. Perfect. Right wing. And he tries off the glass, but it's no good. For the Lakers, they won their last contest, that game against Charlotte. Here's Rubio. Drills the baseline jumper. Rubio's got the lead up to 11 now for Portland.
And you see the ability to rise and fire from mid-range, even against that length.
Yeah, the defender just couldn't quite close the gap all the way. They got burned for it.
The shot's good from Mr. Perfect.
And despite the size disadvantage, attacking the heart of that defense.
Yeah, very aggressive. I mean, he takes on the challenge with no hesitation.
And here is Williamson. Still looking for his first bucket in this one. Shot clock at 5. Down low, Poeltl. That's good. It's Rubio with the assist. And the Trailblazers lead by 11.
Astonishing body control by Poeltl, just taking the hit head on and finishing through it all.
Rondo passes to Mr. Perfect. Rondo against Rubio. Outside Rondo. Shoots a fader. The rebound by Simons.
You expect him to make those. They've got to do more to get a hand in his face next time.
And that one's good. Williamson.
And nice job taking what the defenders gave him. These guys need a gut check right now.
I mean, I don't know what they were thinking. You have to know the scouting report. He's a threat from out there.
And the Lakers call time here. They traveled to Portland last time they faced the Trailblazers and came away.
Wait, got the ball back here.
One second left. That one doesn't go. And so it's Portland. Their lead at 11 points to end the quarter. They're pounding the ball inside of that. Thanks for the great interview, David. And we'll be back for the third quarter of basketball following halftime. And with a big gap on the scoreboard, the second half begins with very different goals for these teams. Blazers making a switch here. 8 seconds left here in the fourth quarter. From deep three-point range, he can't hit that time. And so the Lakers take the win. Some good competition, but the hometown advantage and their ability to stay focused, I think, made the difference.
Yeah, and the first step in becoming a good team is your ability to win at home. And they really seem to revel in that opportunity, and this is what...
Thank you for joining us. That'll do it for now. For Chris Webber, Greg Anthony, and David Alden, this is Kevin Harlan saying thanks for watching. We'll see you later.
This last win makes 6 straight for the home team, and I'll tell you what, you've got to be impressed with what these guys are doing.
Thing that better shoot. Yeah, it's just me right now.
What's going on, 2K TV fans? It's Scott Gallagher here, and we're back. Your favorite segment, Winning Tips. In order to be a winner, we got to set the foundation for you defensively, so let's keep it locked right here. When playing 5-on-5 basketball, part of being a smart player is recognizing which set the offense is in. There's 5 out with 5 perimeter players along the 3-point line. There's 4 out with 4 offensive players around the 3-point line and 1 big inside. Or there's 3 out, 2 in, which is 3 perimeter players along the 3-point line and 2 post guys inside. When you see 5 perimeter players along the 3-point line, typically what you're going to see is a lot of pass and cut movement, along with high screen and roll action. Due to this type of spacing, you are susceptible defensively to give up layups or corner threes. Typically, when you see a 4-out, 1-in offense, you're going to see high screen roll action with 1 good post player and 4 perimeter shooters. 3-out, 2-in. This is your old traditional 2-post offense. This is an offense that likes to slow the game down, muddy it up by throwing it inside. Now let's talk on the ball. As regarding the basketball, the most important thing we got to do is identify it and keep it one direction. So as the ball's coming up, we got to pick the ball up at half court or just past half court. One of the things I like to talk to college players about is the house. Imagine a roof of the house that
It's a nice problem to have, but when you're in the middle of a winning streak this long, it's hard to find fault with the team's play. But that doesn't mean we're not going to try.
Stop hating, Hank.
All right, once again, Hornet, I'm not hating. I'm just...
What a fantastic look at the skyscrapers that make up the skyline here in the Cradle of Liberty. We're coming to you from Philadelphia. Hello, fans. Welcome to this presentation of the NBA. Take it away.
Well, Ben Simmons was the top-rated player in high school and in college. But a fractured bone in his foot cost him his first NBA season. He said, "A lot of people forgot about me. You have to build yourself up again. And for me, I wanted to prove myself again." Kevin, we all agree he's done just that.
He sure has. First NBA All-Star ever out of Australia. Thanks, David. Here we are in November, and let's see how things are going out east in the early season. You take a look at the 76ers. They're still struggling, trying to string something together, getting a lot of wins. The competition, though, so tough.
And what?
Were you counted on much your first season? You had a terrific rookie year on this, but I'm guessing you did. You were counted on early.
Yeah, you know, for the high draft picks, you're usually going to go to a team that really needs your help. I was just blessed that I had great veterans, Hall of Fame veterans. When you look at guys like Chris Mullin, how about that? I was able to watch him practice and work and take care of his body. Latrell Sprewell, Billy Owens, all the great players, Avery Johnson. So I was counted on to do a lot, but those guys helped me do a lot, and they pumped confidence into me. I was able to steal their style, their work ethic. Now, they showed me the ropes the right way, and I couldn't have been blessed with any better veterans for me to start off my career. It's not easy to keep him from converting those. I mean, the D has to be airtight.
In the corner, it's Harris. Outside, Simmons. .135 left to play in the first quarter. Just 5 on the clock. Fires from the line. Can't hit that one. Great D that time from Davis. Lakers leading by 8. Passes it to Guerrero. Takes the 3, and the 3 ball is good.
Defensively, they've got to pick up the intensity. Hard to win surrendering this high a field goal percentage.
Simmons passes to Harris. Kicks it out to Richardson. A 3 ball. He doesn't hit that one.
And the great shooters know when they've got enough opening to go for the 3. I didn't think it was a bad choice on that possession. And a chance here to see the numbers for Davis. Last season, he played outstanding. 8th in blocks, 9th in field goal percentage, and he ranked in the top 15 in points per game. One of the league's premier offensive threats.
Great anticipation and timing. That's how he ended up a top 10 shot blocker. Catching up on the changes for Philadelphia. Williams, he's checked in for Plumlee. Reggie Bullock comes in for Josh Richardson. And it's Shake Milton in for Ben Simmons. Antetokounmpo's checked in for the Lakers. Alex Caruso comes in for Bradley. 40 seconds left in the first. From 11 feet away, the offensive rebound, Thibault, and foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line.
And really the defense fouling there to prevent the layup, but that's exactly what you need to do.
That one is off. And he's good on the second. We've got 33 seconds left to play here in the first. Pass to Guerrero. Over to the wing. Harris against Kuzma. There's the pass to Mr. Perfect. Can't cash in on the 10-foot jumper. Here's Milton from 15 feet away. No good that time.
Their movement is good, and they get the ball into the right hand. Now, usually he drops those in between jumpers.
And so it's Los Angeles enjoying a 12-point lead as they talk things over during the... Al Horford was born in the Dominican Republic, and he talked about why he...
Coming from a place where, baseball...
wanted to follow in his father's footsteps.
And what a career. College championships at Florida, an all-star in the NBA. I think he made the right choice.
And so far through one quarter, it's been a lopsided game. We'll see if that changes here in the second. And guys, the Lakers enjoying a nice lead here.
Well, they used the fast break to generate some easy buckets before the defense could get set.
Setting the pace early, GA. I like this aggressive mind state. I love this approach so far.
Taking a look at Los Angeles. We've got Antetokounmpo. Kyle Kuzma is out there with Mr. Perfect. And it's Caruso in at point guard.
Well, what's not to like about Joel Embiid? A physical specimen at over 7 feet tall. All the skill in the world and a personality made for stardom.
And here's Bullock, still getting warmed up offensively. No scoring yet from him. Embiid, no good.
Solid rebound there, and with the score like it is, that's an area where they can't afford to get lazy.
Here's Caruso. He's guarded by Bullock. Mr. Perfect, the pass to Guerrero. Lakers working the ball around now. Here's Mr. Perfect. That one falls. His second basket of the game. He's now 2 for 3. You talk about Embiid's personality, whether it's on the court or through social media. Greg, he's not shy speaking his mind.
One of the best trash talkers in the league. He doesn't hold back, but it's never personal. He's embracing the spirit of competition.
9 feet out. No good on the shot. A bit long that time.
I tell you what, the defense should send Christmas cards for that miss.
And let's catch up with our sideline reporter, David Aldridge.
Kevin, Josh Richardson has made himself into one of the top defensive wings in the league. Richardson says there's a certain competitiveness that comes with being a good defender. The defensive end takes will, and I have a lot of it. Kevin J. Rich is self-described as super competitive, and that edge is what drives him.
It sure is. That's what it takes. Thank you, David. Here's Williams. Some solid defense from Antetokounmpo.
And the activity he shows around the rim is why he is such a risk.
And so it's Los Angeles, up by a dozen here at the end of the quarter. And after a very lopsided first half, we'll see if things play out a little more evenly here. Williams is out there with Plumlee. Then it's Josh Richardson. And it's Thibault in at the 3, the small forward. That's the group on the floor for Philadelphia. To stop the run, it's hauled in by Los Angeles.
Just a solid performance on the interior. The rebounding has been off the charts.
And it's blocked, but they get it back. Mr. Perfect, the pass to Guerrero. And Kuzma has it in the corner. Clock is at 3. Passes to Mr. Perfect. And it's off the back rim. No good. The 76ers have gone 6 of 14 since halftime. A little cold from the field. Pass to Thibault. Puts up a 3. And he's good on the 3-ball. Thibault's got 10 points in the game.
Oh, that's a well-deserved assist. Not every player has the vision to make that for you.
Kicks it to Bradley. Here's Guerrero. Cans it from downtown. 6 points for him.
How about dueling from long range, just going at each other?
Well, it's a matter of pride and a matter of each side trying to seize control of this game right now.
Here's Thibault. He's got 10. From deep. And no good on the last second attempt this time. Anthony Davis firing on all cylinders for the Los Angeles Lakers. Coach Brett Brown, words for his players.
It's going to take everything you got to come up with balls so that we win this game. Right? Anything loose, any rebounds, guards, you got to rebound.
Demanding an all-out effort from his guys.
And Kevin, it's got to be a gang rebounding approach, just like he was talking about. They need every board they can get.
And as we head into the fourth, we'll see if there's a comeback in the works or if it's more of the same from the first 3 quarters. So the Lakers 5 right now. Mr. Perfect out there with Rajon Rondo. Then it's Kentavious Caldwell-Pope, and it's Guerrero in at the 4 slot. While the NBA is entertainment, you know, Chris, it also can have a very social impact in a positive ways. Guys like Kyle Korver have spoken out. The Jazz took action last season. Chris, how do you feel the league has responded to issues like discrimination?
Oh, I think the league has done a wonderful job, better than any league. First of all, we acknowledge it. You don't just throw it under the rug and say there's no problem here. And that may be the toughest, to be able to acknowledge that. And then secondly, to make quick, sweeping decisions, I think has also been awesome too. But I don't think any league in the history of sports has had more players speak up for issues in society than ours. Let's go back to Bill Russell and others, the way that they started the game and came in. We have to love it, and I love the fact that the league is not scared of the narrative, and we work together. And by the way, that Kyle Korver article was so awesome. It was so vulnerable for him to write that. And when you have players like that, no matter what color, that are selfless to speak out to make society better, then it's not just good for the game, but it's great for all of us. So kudos to Kyle, the Jazz, and everyone doing all they can do to make things better for everyone.
Absolutely. No good for Mr. Perfect.
He's done a lot of the little things to help put them in front. I mean, but his offense has not been there for him tonight.
Smith, the pass to Scott. Yes, and it's Smith with the assist that time.
Good anticipation on the feed. He knows exactly where to go with that ball.
Pass to Mr. Perfect. We're about 2 minutes into the fourth quarter in this one. O'Brien, the pass to Mr. Perfect. And misses it off the right side of the rim.
They haven't needed him as much as I thought they would tonight.
Good ball movement here by the 76ers. And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line.
Well, the former Tar Heel Marvin Williams isn't a primary offensive weapon on this team, but he could chip in with some solid shooting when other options are taken away.
MC Webb, as you mentioned, for Williams, he can shine if teams don't focus on him.
Yeah, Kevin, and he's always had a smooth skill set near the basket. Solid enough shooter from range to make you pay if you leave him alone.
Rondo against Scott. Rondo's shot is off. And here's Lynn. He'll bring it up for the Philadelphia 76ers. A great fourth quarter, just giving up 2 points. Smith outside. Floor spacing, Chris, now so big in the NBA. And big men have the room to put up some unbelievable numbers.
Oh, man, look at Lopez out there in Bucks land. I mean, look what he's doing in Milwaukee, just shooting threes from deep. The same, you got to go to Embiid for Porzingis, and we already seen what the great Dirk Nowitzki has done through his career spacing the floor. Look, it adds time onto your career because you don't have to just go down there and bang and be one-dimensional in the paint. It makes your teammates better because now you're spacing the floor, which gives them room to drive. And if you're really working on your game, you can really make your teammates better because now you have more passing lanes because you're further away from the basket. So as any post player knows, it's a blessing to be surrounded by great shooters, and now big men, they got a little more room out there.
Stolen by Jeremy Lin. Dishes it to Williams. Out to Smith. Launches a three. Offensive rebound. Here's Lin. And they convert it last on attempt number 3.
And Lin is just fearless, always looking to get as close to the bucket as he can. Yes, and with this one winding down, it's obvious to everyone who watched it, just a total mismatch and a true show of strength for the Lakers.
You don't see this kind of a blowout often, but tonight this is a quality win across the board to deliver out this kind of punishment.
They definitely never changed the approach. They just kept after it and showed they were clearly the better team in just about every single category.
And now for the year, this is going to take them to 7 wins.
And so they'll take the first game of the season series, a team they'll only see twice. They're certainly happy to start it off with a win.
And you know, when you look at the huge impact he had, just a monster game for Anthony Davis.
They needed someone to do the heavy lifting tonight, and he was their man, scoring every way he knows how.
And Philadelphia has possession. For 3, Bullock gets the three-pointer to fall.
And they've got to talk to each other on D there. Miscommunication, and now he's able to make them pay.
4 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. Williams against Antetokounmpo, and he gets it to go.
They just blocked out the noise, kept on grinding, and this is their reward.
Showing remarkable poise and focus throughout the game, a sustained effort across the board.
The pass to Smith, lets it go with a 3. So it's Los Angeles winning this one easily. This one was over well before the final buzzer. The fans were waiting for something to get excited about, Greg, but they never got it.
They sure didn't. I mean, they just rolled to this win. They made it look really easy. What an efficient...
And that's going to do it tonight, folks, for our broadcast. For Chris Webber, Greg Anthony, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan. Thank you for being with us. We'll see you next time.
Yeah, the thing with ankle injuries is you never know how severe they are. Doctors might say you'll only miss a couple of games, but you know what? The next thing